G'day guys, Brad from the Couch Critics here, and I thought I'd run you through a quick little video about some national second tier news. Before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, really supports us, and please give us a like for the video, it really helps as well. Now, obviously, going off the headline, there's been a bit of a crisis in the national second tier this week. You may have seen the news on social media. You may not have, and hopefully I'm able to inform you a little bit about what's been going on. So I think the first rumbles of this kind of news I saw was via the Clean Sheet. They're on social media. I think they're on Facebook. They've got their own website, and they talked about the national second tier not going ahead next year or being delayed. They said one of the clubs were, I think they said one of the clubs were going to pull out, but I guess they were the first kind of outlets to really break this news to a bit more of a wider audience that the national second tier was per se in crisis. And then on Tuesday, Vince Rugari dropped a story on the Sydney Morning Herald saying that the national second tier is set to be scrapped, at least in its proposed format. So the proposed format is playing a full home and away season. Play everyone once at home, once away. And I think the clubs have been very keen on that. So there was 8 foundation clubs that were announced last year. It was South Melbourne, Preston Lions, Avondale, Marconi, Sydney United, Sydney Olympic, Ipo Leichhardt, and Wollongong. I think I've named them all. Sorry if I've forgotten you. And after announcing at the end of last year, the league went in the process of trying to find 2 to 4 new teams. I remember hearing rumours about a Tasmanian team, but we still haven't heard anything official yet. I believe in the month of July or maybe June, they were meant to be going through a process where they were vetting potential new clubs to join the comp. Anyway, we still haven't heard anything yet. And so what Vince has been saying is in this story is that the home and away concept for the national second tier is going to be scrapped, at least for now. And if it goes ahead, it may be under a different format. It seems like in that process, like I said, to find those 2 to 4 new teams for the national second tier, Vince's sources are telling him that process has failed. They haven't been able to find the extra clubs. There's also a lot of uncertainty around finances. Obviously, starting a competition like this is very bold, but also a lot of the financial issues around the A-League and its kind of doom and gloom potential around it, particularly with the funding being cut back to clubs. There's a lot less money going around in football at the moment, but it seems like these people are pretty keen to have the national second tier go ahead in some format next year, and it seems like the long floated Champions League style model could be how it goes ahead next year. So James Johnson, I actually remember for quite a number of years, he was not necessarily publicly keen, but he always talked about this as a potential option for the competition. So what it would be, it'd be basically kind of like the old NPL finals, which we had before COVID. All the minor premiers of each respective state league would get together at the end of the season and play in a knockout comp. That's one potential option we're looking at for the national second tier next year. Another option, I believe, is including some of the A-League teams, a bit more of an exclusive version of existing Australia Cup. And those who support this idea believe it would give the FA something tangible to sell to sponsors and broadcasters in the short term. So that's a possibility there. What it is it's not particularly good news for the national second tier. Myself and Samuel on this channel, we've been looking forward to a national second tier for some time, and I think any kind of Australian fan would love the concept. But it just seems right now that the money isn't there and the support isn't there right now. And as much as I hate the Champions League style format, maybe that's the compromise. Maybe that's the way we kick off this national second tier with a format we don't like, but hopefully it's something that can attract support and finances. And hopefully kickstart a normal home and away season for the national second tier in the years to come. So I expect, within probably 24 hours of this video going live, that it'll be made completely redundant, because we're probably going to get some more further update on the national second tier. And hey, this whole story, this whole thing I've told you about might be contradicted, and so might Vince Rigari's story. But yeah, the rumblings have been going on for a while that there's been a lot of doubt around the national second tier, that a certain team might be pulling out of the competition altogether. It's all very disappointing. I think a lot of the big clubs have been planning for this. Marconi, South Melbourne, Preston, they've been looking forward to this all year. And yeah, so it'll be disappointing, but hopefully we can get to a place where we can have a national second tier in the future. It would be a real fantastic concept, and eventually one day down the track, link it up with the A-League, potentially link it up with the NPLs below. Will that work? Will that not? Maybe that's another video and another chat. I have a real certain idea of the way Australian football should move forward in terms of national second tiers and expansion, and I look towards the Japanese format. Maybe that's something I can talk about in another video. But anyway, that's just kind of the update of where the national second tier is at the moment. Not particularly exciting news, but if you've been around Australian football for 5 seconds, you'll learn that there's not much exciting stuff to talk about. But anyway, we'll keep the content coming in the next couple of weeks. I've got a bit more time now, and I should be able to put together a few more video essays. And hopefully Samuel and I will be back together having a chat about football very soon. But until next time, look after yourselves, and make sure you like the video, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you think about this all. Cheers.